If my internet holds up. Hey, there we are. We're live. My name is
Can you
Michelle
believe
Moran.
it?
Yes. Who are you?
I will tell you, I am alive.
I'm
And
alive.
there's a
I'm alert.
documentary called In and of Itself, and I would choose I'm alive. But I am referred to in this human world by people as Dr. Smiley.
Not humans.
Human persons, both of them will do it.
No, your son did teach us something very important. What did he teach you?
He has taught me many things, but recently he taught me that a person and a human are not synonymous in any dictionary, period. And so I challenged it, and sure enough, he was right. And I can't remember the definitions, but they were quite distinct. They're
Look it
very
up.
legally,
The difference
yeah.
between people and humans. They
Well,
are
person
not the same. Persons,
specifically.
yes. Because they are actually two different definitions. And when Ken read them to me, I'm like, I've always thought they were synonymous. So I learned something new today. But today you are here watching Dr. Smiley and we are Amplifluence. Amplifluence is amplify your influence. And how did we come up with that name and what do we do, Ken?
Well, there's a wacky third partner named Todd Westra who helped us come up with the idea of amplified and amplifying and what it is to influence. And he actually bridged it together, and we found it on GoDaddy, and here we are. But it is about what is missing in the world for people that are influential or want to be influential, is that they're having a campaign, a frequency, social proof, all the things you need to actually cause that impact.
And basically, a tribe.
Yes.
A tribe that lifts you. And that's what Amplifluence does.
I want to say your vibe attracts your tribe.
Oh, stop reading behind me. Well, thank you for those of you who just joined us live. And Ken and I, well, Dr. Smiley and I wanted to share with you, well, we've done some amazing things in the past several months. And if you've watched the past shows, we've gone to New York and Philly and New Philly and New Jersey.
Yeah, I want to say that we do these things, but we are just normal people like everybody else watching. And I think I never want there to be a disconnect that what we're doing cannot be done, or what we're doing that we're not inviting others to join, or what we're doing can't be taught so that they can experience it. That's so vital. The ego part of this is not important in Amplifluence. It's actually the community part. How's your internet? Are we having a internet freeze? I think we are. So if I'm live, I'll just go ahead and say that today's show is on priorities and partnership. We're not going to spend a lot of time on. I think you froze, but I think I was going. I'm not sure. Was I?
You were. I hope you were still going. I have no idea.
Well, I was saying that our show is about partnership and priorities, and we're not spending a lot of time on birthdays. But I will just say that this month of August, I decided my priority should be my son. And I was looking at my summer schedule getting eaten up because it wasn't being regulated correctly. And so I told my son, you pick the times that you want and you get them. And then after that, the world gets me. And so it's just been really cool because of who you've introduced me to. Cosmo has a course called the Genius in 21 Days. And it's August 12th, 13th, and 14th. And talk about a guy who is not only super smart and vivacious, but a person with an intention to change the world in knowing their power. And my son, who's hop skipping across the backdrop here, he is going to be doing probably the most important thing I've ever done with my son, which is to get to harness his brain and to get to create the power of his brain to do anything he wants to do. And the Genius in 21 Days is about, I guess it's almost 36 hours of training of how to use your brain so that anything you see you want your brain to do, it can do. And am I overstating that?
No, you're not. And the thing is I think your son's one of the youngest people who've ever taken the course. So I'm really excited to hear his experience afterwards. We might have to interview him just to know his experience, because I went through the Genius in 21 Days and it really helped me with name recognition and picking up languages a bit better and maintaining them in my mind, and numbers and things of that nature. So it's not a trick. It's a rewiring of your brain to see things in another way that it picks it up faster. Oh, I can't wait to hear how you guys do
So
that class.
you said something that I've heard a lot of times by people. They say, I'm just bad with names. I'm bad with names. Don't even bother telling me your name because I won't remember it. I'm really bad with names. And what's weird is, as a photographer, I can't believe this, but I'm bad with faces. So I will see someone like you and I'll just say, you're Linda, because I know there's a Linda in the world. And you're like, that's not my name. And I go, someone's name is Linda. I'm just really bad with faces.
Oh, stop. Anyways, you won't have that problem. Anyone will have that problem, won't have that problem after Genius in 21 Days, because they really do help do those. It's whatever. I can't explain it because you want to meet Cosimo and get into that class. Cosimo and Stephanie.
I want to show off my shirt. This is a tribute to my son. I wear this shirt
periodically. My son has that shirt.
Well, I stole it from him. He doesn't have it anymore.
Anyways, Amplifluence. There's so much going on, and we don't have a lot of time. I've got to get going, and you've got another show to get onto. And so I wanted to get out that there are things coming with Amplifluence, and I want you all in social media world and YouTube world to understand that we're coming. So Ken and I are going to be where? We're going to be I'll be in Phoenix, and then
USC is coming up. New Orleans
with Ultimate Speaker Competition. But to throw it out into the future, I do know we're going to go back to Florida.
That's a big step for us, but we're going to do it.
But in June of next year, of 2023, we're going to Africa with Amplifluence. And in October, my 55th birthday, we will be in Rota, Spain, and then do excursions to things like, Gibraltar and things of that nature. So I wanted you all to know that big things are coming with Amplifluence and that we would love for you to be part of it. So if you want us to come to your city and you're an author, a speaker, or an influencer of any site, go to theamplifluence.com and say, hey, come to my city, amplify me and amplify my friends and the people that I know that are also authors and speakers and influencers. Right, Ken?
That is correct. And Cosimo, who's teaching the course, Genius in 21 Days, he came to this country, did not know English, and he used his own technology to learn English fluently in 21 or 30 days, somewhere in that range. And so Kenny is going to be using, I'll call it a technique, to learn Spanish and French during the month of August and September, and he will speak that if he wishes to do so on this. He actually knew the periodic table, but retention is a lot of thing. It's a big thing to retain. And so before the show, he was telling you.
That's what you will learn in Genius for 21 Days. It's how to not only just pick it up, but put it in a section of your brain and it doesn't go away. Cosimo, it's not his. He works with a bigger corporation out in Italy, and he is a representative out here.
Right. Thank you for that clarification. Before this show started, we were talking about
another P word.
Yes. What was that word?
Partnership.
That's right. Do you know? I have not found a better definition after being messed over by some partners I should have never been partners with. I learned when you don't change the definition of something, you attract exactly what that definition was in the first place. So before, the partnership was find talent or find someone that can do something you can't do. And that was as simple as it is. But I've evolved and I have not found, even after my PhD, a better definition of partnership that I created that causes me to really prioritize what partnership means to me, to the point that I can even have frustration if my partnership is not at that level, if I'm not giving it and I'm not receiving it, I'm not creating it with a partner. So partnership, the perfect partnership, is a verbal or written agreement between two or more people that they will compete to unconditionally give to each other. I've never heard, and I put that together just because I've had really, really bad partnerships. But every partnership I've had since I created a definition has actually lasted. Everyone. Unequivocally. Even partnerships that can not make sense at times. they still can exist because of the competing to unconditionally give. That is a very interesting part, because most partnerships, the reason they dissolve, and that includes weddings, marriages too, is that the partnership of marriage or the partnership of anything, they're
One
taking,
is, yeah.
they're taking, and they're seeing what they can get out of the partnership. And what happens is they rape it to the point that it doesn't make sense anymore. And so someone wants to leave because it doesn't make sense, or both people want to leave. But in a partnership where you're unconditionally giving and competing, one partner's out. Let's say they broke their toes, or their ribs are out of order, and they can't speak. Just things are stopping them. And the other partner's like, whatever could be happening to you, I got you. And let's say the other partner is losing their hair. I mean, they're going bald, and they don't know what to do to put that hair back. The other partner might have them. So it's just a point of, you don't really, it's not that you don't care, it's that you're committed. You're committed to covering the space because you would be covered too.
Well, speaking about that partner, you are a partner of mine in Amplifluence, and I have you as my very first guest on season 5 on Mental Shift on the new channel. And that's next week, Tuesday. And I'm going to pick your brain about who you are, what you do, why you do it, and where was that mental shift in your life that brought you to be this man that you are today.
So I'd like to get vulnerable with our guest, our audience today, and
Sure.
the audience we know we'll have. I valued the partnership so much that I said, I'm going to the beach because my family is important, and they haven't had a beach, and they've always had a beach vacation every single summer we've been together. And so I said, I don't know on your first show if I'm going to have internet. You said, okay, fine. Okay, fine. You're off, and we'll put you on another day. And I thought about it, and I knew I'd regret that. And if you're going to regret something, you know you're going to regret it, fix it. And so we had a very powerful conversation before this show that figured out that if the partnership is number one, then it has to be that I would be on your show, and I'll figure out the internet. It was that simple. Now,
And then we realized,
and it's really simple when we get to that clarity. It's not simple when you don't have that partnership definition.
Well, and you also have to be able to listen, communicate.
And normally I will not listen ever to a partner, but I've learned that makes it.
Okay, so
you have big events coming up.
I do.
You do.
I can't remember the name right now.
Well, the one in Phoenix, can more people come to it?
Oh yes, the one in Phoenix. More people can come to it.
No, not people. There's a certain type of women.
It's a Powerful Women Leaders Empowerment Summit 2022 in Phoenix, Arizona, and that is September 10th. It's a one-day summit from 10 a.m. to whenever in Phoenix, and the tickets are still available. And if you'd like to go, I'll put the link to the event in our chat.
Do you know what I love about powerful women at powerful women conferences?
What?
They become more powerful partners for whoever they're partners with, whether it be a woman or a man.
Oh, of course.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Oh my gosh. That is like deja vu.
I was trying to put the quote in.
Well, my favorite Stephen Wright joke in my No Nonsense book is that I suffer from deja vu and amnesia at the same time. I believe I've forgotten this before. And Stephen Wright, if you're listening, we would like to go to your city, create an Amplifluence tour, just an excuse to be at your event.
Or be anywhere near you, because you're funny as hell. Not as hell, because hell is not funny at all. You're funny as
heaven. Yeah. No, not heaven's not funny either. As funny as him. Funny as him. You know, tonight is like some kind of open mic night, and this internet is really tricky. That you're in Alaska or Greenland, but I know you'll come back, and I'll assume that I'm speaking to the ether, and that all the people know that you will come back to us because you are powerful and courageous. So if you are having any type of epiphanies that you'd like to be part of the Genius course, or you'd like to learn how to use your mind to remember things you never could remember before, please connect with us on our show. You can text me at 202-701-0911. Since we have lost Michelle for a brief minute, I will share that, number one, having your kids write a book is probably one of the most enjoyable processes of changing and transforming them into an entrepreneur, if you want to. And I'm just grabbing a book that I think is his fifth book. This is his fifth book. And I have to say, I stole all this information from this book to put in the very bottom of my Epiphany book. So just a couple things I'll pull out here. The world's richest person is Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, with net worth of 191 billion. And honorable mention is Elon Musk with 166 billion. I think that may have been surpassed. I think I have Michelle on a call right now. So am I live still? Yes, I am. So yeah, I know you're not on the call. So I've been telling our audience about having your child do a book. And how would I wrap up this show so that it comes off as, are you going to be able to make it back?
No, I have no internet.
Okay. So you know what a perfect partnership looks like? It looks like if one partner's not there, the other partner covers the show as if the other partner was there. Oh, she is? Okay. So if you get, I will give it another, it's 12:39. I'm going to give it another 4 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and talk to our guest about, our audience, about all the things we're doing. And when you get back on, we'll close out the show. And if not, I'll close it. Thank you. Bye. You'll do it. You'll do it. So I guess since I get to steal the show right now, I'm going to take advantage of it. So number one is, if you have a child and they have an idea to do a book, I strongly encourage you to do this. Kenny's doing his 9th and 10th book. One of the best days of my life is when Kenny was 8, and he said, when he was 7, he said, if I do 4 more books, I will have, look, see, it works. I was talking about the ether, and here we are. You're back in the ether.
Well, I'm
so you have to get
my internet's gone.
Okay. Well, at least you got your ribs. At least you got your toes. I mean, that's the important part.
Yes. Oh, yes. Dinky, your granddaughter could write a book about it. How old is your granddaughter? Did she tell you? Oh, she's 20 years old. Oh, wow. Yeah. Your daughter could write a book about that. I mean, she could actually write a children's book about losing your mother and the importance of the relationship and that kind of thing, because there are a lot of children out there who would need that kind of message. And then you could also write the same kind of book backward about a mother losing her child and how that affects you and the what goes through with that. So yeah, there's 2 books right there.
Yeah, and so the part about the book is not the tragedy or the challenge. It's what you did with it and how you can show the world that they can overcome it. And that's just another word for hope. So bring hope to the world when you do your book. J.R. Spear, I just want to bring him up. He is someone that showed up at Ultimate Spear Competition as someone that is like the glue of a community, because he's the glue of the veterans. He's the glue of the old. He is causing all these meetings to happen because he is a really big intentional person for partnership. Since that's our theme today, I just want to say I've really been excited to get to know him. He's a veteran. He's fought and served for our country, and he's made all these phenomenal connections for me. I'm going to another BNI tomorrow. By the way, if you can get on a plane, there's a BNI here in Virginia. I wanted to just, I guess for me, close out the topic of partnership is that you move your time for where it's best placed. And sometimes it's with your family, and sometimes it's with your partner, and sometimes it's actually both. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times we look at life as, I can have this or I can have that. And in landmark education, the thing they always said was, why can't you have it all? Why can't you have it all? Your partner can become your family. They can be invited to your birthday parties. They can be part of your family, and your family can become part of a partnership. My wife.
Birthdays,
What's that?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Smiley. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Big
Two
August
more
3rd.
days.
I will give one shout out to a birthday person. His birthday is today, and it's Jerry Edwards, Chef Jerry Edwards. He's won multiple national awards for his chefmanship. And
Now
the
you
reason I love
froze.
I did not freeze. You froze. You're froze. But I want to share something actually really important about
Well, I
Jerry.
froze because I can't.
Okay, can you hear me though?
He's still going, and I am frozen.
Okay, well, I am going, and I'm going to say this. This is the most important thing I've said in our show together, besides partnership, and that is when my mom passed. Jerry Edwards had his team go out in a van and bring food to my house and show his respects to my mom and to my family, and I've never forgotten that. So, a partner is there when you're needing the most support. So, thank you, Jerry Edwards. Happy birthday.
Okay. Well, happy birthday, Jerry Edwards. And my internet is so unstable, I keep blinking in and out. So, with
You
that
should get a
said,
hot.
I was using my daughter's.
Okay, Mia's really cool.
Mia is pretty cool. You're so funny. And Larry has not barked yet, so we're doing okay. But I'm pretty sure you have a show, and I've got an appointment to run to. And I'm just
Yes.
glad we were able to jump on and let people know what's going on in the Amplifluence, where we're going next. And if you'd like to join us in New Orleans for the Ultimate Speaker Competition, we will be there. And that's September, what, 11, 12, 13?
11, 12, 13th, September 11th,
In New
9/11.
Orleans. Yeah.
And creating a new meaning for what that number means. Because there are people that were born on 9/11 before 9/11 occurred, and they love that date. So I think the Ultimate Speaker Competition and all the good things that happen on 9/11 are supposed to shift that it's just a number. Make it a great
Yeah.
day.
And Dinky, helping you and your daughter with the book, you know who to talk to. You need to talk to Ken and make arrangements because, as you see, I travel a lot. So I don't have a lot of the time that I used to sit and read through books and edit and things of that nature. So talk to Ken, make arrangements, and see what we can do for you. And
Do you know what I love the fact that with you traveling so much that photographers can call you, people that want to interview you, and they can just fly out to New York or any place and just take 5 minutes and learn who you are.
they can fly out and meet me. Yeah, so reach out to Ken and yeah, figure out what kind of package deal you can do with the 2 books. Maybe that'll be the option. So be well, take care. I think I'm still in town next week, and Ken, you will be away.
I may be at the beach, but there's one thing for sure: I will find internet because I'm going to be on your first show, and I'm excited that I get to be a stand, a support, and a statement of how important partnership is in your show.
Okay, well, according to Facebook, I just disappeared again. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and Ken, have a wonderful birthday. Enjoy that cow sway for me.
I will. Do
I'll
help
talk
us.
to you.
Amplified. Take care.
Bye.